Welcome back. Let's get into some more Higurashi. What's wrong? Tell me. We're not keeping secrets from each other, right? Shion hesitated for a long while, but then she confessed. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hide it. It was just that, the conversation got turned around and... We're on the same side, right? I won't get mad, so tell me honestly. Shion still hesitated for a few moments. Then, in a resigned voice, she continued. Old man Kimiyoshi, I told him everything. Shion seemed to think I would yell at her right after she said that, so I heard her catching her breath. Contrary to what she thought, I was a little relieved. Shion had done the same thing I had when I confessed everything to Rika-chan. So, in as gentle a voice as I could, so as not to set her off, I responded. Old man Kimiyoshi, he's someone you feel comfortable confiding in, Shion? Yes. When I was little, he was really nice to me. Shion felt the same pain as the rest of us from the mayor's disappearance. She had a different kind of strength from Mion, and, as she continued, her voice sounded truly sad and pained. All I did was play tricks on him, but he would always just smile. He listened to anything I had to say. He was such a kind person. Calm down, Shion. It's not like he's dead, right? Don't lose heart so easily. Shion didn't answer. Even as I said it myself, I didn't think we'd ever find the missing mayor again. We probably wouldn't even figure out if he was alive or dead. Shion must have been thinking the same thing. That night, I told the mayor that we snuck into the ritual storehouse. Also that someone saw us and was out to get us. Does the mayor know how absurdly Takano-san and Tomitake-san died? Yes, he knew about it. I told him that they died by Oyashiro-sama's curse, and that I could be made a sacrifice to calm his anger. I just said it straight out. Right. What then? Old man Kimiyoshi didn't get angry. He smiled, then told me that if I was properly sorry about it, there was no way I'd be demoned away. He was really smiling, and he told me to leave it to him. Ugh. Until Shion stopped sobbing, I was unable to find any words for her. I couldn't imagine what kind of person the mayor was, nor what Shion's relationship with him was like. Words of comfort, however, mean so much to us when we're about to be crushed by anxiety. Ooh, I feel that. Today, Rika-chan taught me that too. If someone who gave me such a sense of security were to disappear, then I could guess what kind of shock Shion was in. It's my fault, because I revealed everything. Stop it, Shion. It's not your fault. No, it is my fault. I told him everything. Old man Kimiyoshi found out about everything, so he has to have been killed. It was right after I told him, after all. He disappeared the same night that I confessed, and he told me everything was going to be all right. He found out. So he became involved. Ooh. I should never have told him. All of this should have just been our fault. Only the four of us. It wasn't something I should have told to someone else. He got killed because I told him. He got killed because he knew. He got killed because I revealed it. Hey, stop. If they were doing that, then they would obviously have killed you before killing the mayor. The order is all wrong. You or I should have been killed first. Why the hell would someone else get killed first? No, it's in order. They must be planning to kill us last of all. Huh? What? Nani? They're not killing the first people who come to mind. They start by killing those we're close to. And then after they've caused us so much pain, they'll kill us. That must be what they're doing. I said calm down. Shion, you're in shock. You're panicking. The mayor's disappearance has nothing to do with you. It's unconnected. It's not related to Takano-san and Tomitake-san dying at all either. My words came out as a scream, as if I were shouting them at myself. No, it is connected. It just has to be. I told him, so he was killed. He got killed because he knew. I confessed it to him, so he got killed. She repeated the same thing as before, as though she were in a delirium. Despite my trying to console the crazed Shion, for some reason, the shadow at my feet began to freeze. From that shadow, a cold arm reached out, so cold it seemed like it would freeze even my heart just by touching me, and grabbed my ankle. The heat generated by my body, the arm was absorbing it. It was a horrible chill, a freezing cold, numbingly frigid. It was an inviolable chill of fear. That's a word. Though I sympathize with Shion, I had been naive in thinking it was something only she had to worry about. In my head, Shion's eerie words repeated again and again. He was killed because I told him. He was killed because he found out. I confessed everything. So he was killed. Yes, you said that several times. Those words echoed through my head like a monotone mantra. Ha! They said it. And finally, those even repetitions took on meaning. What? The quiet shaking that had already overtaken me turned into a violent shiver that shot up my spine. Rika-chan, he finally cottoned on. It's Rika-chan. Nani? What did you say just now? Well, the truth is, I told her about it. I told Rika-chan. Today. Rika-chan? You mean Rika-chama? The one from the Furude shrine? Yes, Rika-chan. I felt so scared and uneasy that I did it. I told Rika-chan. Yes, you said that. When you did, what did she say? The cat is worrying too much. I'll do something about it for sure. That's what Rika-chan said, and then she smiled. Uh-oh, they're gonna take Rika-chan. She smiled, just like the missing mare had when he encouraged Shion. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, Shion. I'm worried about Rika-chan. Ah, right. If you're that concerned, then don't worry about me. Please go find out whether she's safe. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll call you again tomorrow at the same time. When I do, you'll know I'm still all right. I got it. I'll be waiting. Okay, bye. Sorry. I'm hanging up. I put down the receiver without waiting for Shion to say goodbye. Rude. The danger to Shion and myself was secondary at this point. My sixth sense was blaring alarms in my head. I don't like this feeling. It's really bad. It's definitely bad. Damn it. Please be safe. Rika-chan. Not Rika-chan. Rika-chan did nothing wrong. Ooh, we got new tips. All right. Gimme. I'm clicking. Gimme. All right, what do we got? From the scrapbook. What are we up to? 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, what's happening? The three families in modern times. Yes, give me the lore. As previously described, the three families council today is a mere shell of democracy. In reality, it is a dictatorship run by the Sonozaki family. Both the Kimiyoshi and Furude families are far from their former glory, and it doesn't seem at all like they've maintained the ancient traditions. Oh no. Only the Sonozaki family has retained their glory from the past and has inherited many colorful traditions colorful from the age known as Onigafuchi village. Even the most recent, verifiable example of Watanagashi that occurred at the end of the Meiji era seems to have been done under the orders of the Sonozaki family. Refer to the three families' genealogical tree from the late Meiji. Ooh. After the start of the Meiji era, the Sonozaki family wanted to push the development of Hinamizawa village, so they took a strong role in leadership. During the Dam Wars a few years ago, the Kimiyoshi family served as the chair of the opposition alliance, but this was in name only. In actuality, the Sonozaki family reigned as leader behind the scenes. People whisper that perhaps the Kimiyoshi family dictated acts of opposition that could be publicized, and the Sonozaki family enacted those which could not. Even in Hinamizawa, they whisper that the multitude of unsettling incidents reported during the dam protests, such as the kidnapping of the famous head of the Ministry of Construction's son, had been carried out by the Sonozakis. Additionally, they say that perhaps the Sonozaki family's secret maneuvering was responsible for the serial freak death incidents that have continuously occurred in recent years as well. The serial freak death incidents are, without a doubt, the second coming of the traditional Watanagashi. They must be enacting the Watanagashi on the day of the original Watanagashi. Oh, take a shot every time Watanagashi. Which has fallen to the level of an ordinary village festival in order to remind the villagers of the holy laws of Onigafuchi village. It's safe to assert that exploring the Sonozaki family is the fastest route for researching it today. If I can expose the contents of the Furude Shrine's storehouse, I'd like to narrow my research target to the Sonozaki family next. Wait, is Takano-san the one who writes these? The Sonozaki house is strictly guarded by security cameras on the premises, but thankfully I've become acquainted with the sisters Mion, the next heir, and Shion. I want this to be a breakthrough I can connect to my next line of research. Intriguing. Their punishment isn't over? ? No, don't worry about it. You see, when you order the oden here, for some reason it ends up on the annual invoice for our gas contracts. So don't be shy and have another drink. The man, red-faced, waved his hand to say that he'd had enough and disappeared into the brilliant neon lights in front of the station. Kuma-chan, you should be taking notes. The most modest people are the ones who live the longest. Was all that true? Well, I don't know about that. Whether or not it's true, I think there's meaning in hearing something that sounds so plausible. I feel like they're just word salading again. Would something like that be a motive to go for the mayor? Kuma-chan, here's what I always say. The motive only has to be enough for the person in question. Wise words. You need to think about how different people value different things. Super wise words. Hey, bartender, give me another mug. Though we have been suppressing the information, Tomitake and Takano's deaths were already known throughout Hinamizawa. Well, yeah. All of the rumors pointed to them having incurred the wrath of Oyashiro-sama for setting foot in the Forbidden Temple, the storehouse for ritual implements. Oh no, not the Forbidden Temple. According to the rumors, there were two other people that went in there with them, Shion Sonozaki and Keiichi Maebara. People were whispering in the shadows that those two would be cursed by Oyashiro-sama as well. Apparently, however, the responsibility didn't fall solely on the four trespassers' shoulders. Oya? Until last year, it was locked up tight, but this year it had been changed to a simpler lock. Ooh. Hadn't that been what allowed thieves to enter so easily? Oh, played them like a damn fiddle! Those were the rumors going around. Intriguing. Have you ever seen it, Kuma-chan? I remember it well. I had to go there for something quite a while back. Sorry, I don't really remember. It was locked up tight. It was locked up so tight, it was scary. There were these real heavy bars holding it shut. It was sealed up as good as a bank vault. This year, it was a very simple and cheap padlock. The lone girl protecting the shrine, Rika Furude, disliked the heavy locks and consulted with the mayor, who had replaced it with a simpler padlock. So then, the mayor and Rika Furude share the crime. So then, after the mayor, wouldn't Rika Furude be in danger next? There's a decent possibility. Kuma-chan, I want you to contact all the cars we have in Hinamizawa. Tell them to stick near the Furude shrine. Got it. Oh no, not Rika-chan. Not Rika-chan. Alright, continue. Let us continue. After hanging up on Shion, I searched for Rika-chan's phone number in my school's contact list. There it is. My fingers trembled with urgency and I failed multiple times to put in the simple 5-digit number. Wait, the phone number's only 5 numbers? Really? What? I mean, back then, even my phone number back then was like 8 numbers or something, like back in the 90s. Keiichi, are you calling someone at this hour? It's late, And it's being rude to the other person. Yeah, you tell him, Mom. That doesn't matter right now. I shouted angrily at my mother, listening to the dial tone. Pick up. Come on, pick up. Bling-a-ling-a-ling. This time, the time was 11 p.m. Yo, don't call people at 11 p.m. Bro, it certainly wasn't early. It was essentially the middle of the night. Yes, essentially. Had Rika-chan already gone to bed? I mean, she's like 12. Her phone would be ringing constantly though, so would she get back up for me? Yo, that's rude. If you called me at that time when I'm asleep, I ain't picking that up. Rika-chan didn't pick up. Good girl. She didn't pick up. She didn't pick up. Maybe she just happened to miss it, or maybe she's trying to sleep. Maybe her bed was just too far away from the phone. The sound of a phone ringing gets clearer and clearer the longer you go on sleeping. No. Then, the bathroom. Yeah, she must be taking a bath at 11 p.m. If that was the case, then even if she heard the phone, she wouldn't be able to pick up. It was a little late to be taking a bath, but it was possible. She normally took baths right before going to bed. I'll wait 30 minutes, then try calling again. Bro, if you call me at midnight, wow. We are never talking again. Even as I was thinking that, I called her house over and over again. I kept calling over and over again and again. I kept on calling her, but she didn't pick up even once. I think I kept trying for about 30 minutes. Yo, stop. Yet she wasn't picking up. Were my phone calls so persistent that she had gotten scared of picking up the receiver? Though I would be so angry. No, that couldn't possibly be it. There was no point in doing this any longer. The best thing to do would be to go there in person. Where was Rika-chan's house though? Shit, I've never even asked her where she lived. I mean, haven't we said numerous times that she lives at the shrine? Her residence was written there in the contact list, but it was an address with mostly numbers, so I couldn't tell where it was just by reading it. Isn't there a map or something in here? Rika Furude. Her last name was Furude. It was a bit of an odd last name, so it might be easy to find. Thinking that, I rummaged around the drawer with the phone book, but could only find things like takeout menus, yes, and phone numbers for public establishments. Crap. I tore one thing after another out of the drawer, but I didn't come up with any clues as to where Rika-chan's house was. I swear we've said numerous times she lives at the shrine. Calm down, Keiichi Mayabara. If you don't know, then just ask. Ask someone who does know. Ah, that's it. Rena's gotta know. I looked up Rena's phone number on the contact list. Rena Ryugu. There she was. Bling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Yellow. This is Ryugu. It was the voice of a grumpy-sounding man. Bro, I would be so angry if someone called me at midnight too. It must have been Rena's father. I am calling in the middle of the night. I need to be polite. I'm sorry for calling so late at night. This is Mayabara. Is there any chance Rena-san is around? Rena is taking a bath. Oh, she's done. Rena, there's a friend of yours on the phone. Oh, right. Rena Ryugu was her real name, wasn't it? I'd gotten so used to calling her Rena that hearing her real name caught me a little off guard. Hello? This is Rena. Ah, it's me, Keiichi. Sorry for calling so late. Huh? Keiichi-kun? What do you need at a time like this? Like this? Well, actually, I wanted to know where Rika-chan's house is. Rena seemed a little appalled that I'd called her for something like that at this hour. I mean, same. However, she spoke her next words seriously, as if she'd caught on to how urgent my need was. Okay, sure. You know the assembly hall on the grounds of the Furude Shrine? There's a 2-story shack used for storage behind it. That's where she lives. I couldn't immediately visualize the place, but as long as I knew she lived on the shrine grounds, I'd just have to take a look around. Seriously, am I the only one who feels like they've stated numerous times throughout both this and the previous chapter that she lived on the shrine? On the shrine grounds. Got it. Thanks. Sorry again for calling so late. Apologize to your dad for me too, would ya? Okay, but Keiichi-kun, why do you want to know where Rika-chan lives? Rena asked in an unusually sharp way, halting me before I could hang up the phone. I hesitated for a moment about whether to tell her. He was killed because I told him. Keiichi-kun, if you're still listening, could you answer me? Why are you asking where Rika-chan lives at a time like this? Rena affected her usual tone, But beneath her words lay a certain tension, like she'd intuitively sensed something was going on. "What will you do, Keiichi? If it's Rena, can't I tell her? He was killed because he found out. I revealed everything, so he was killed. Keiichi-kun, Rena is being serious. Please answer me." Rena asked me once again in a tone so forceful I couldn't imagine her ever using it normally. I was taken aback by her vigor. Rena was Rika-chan's friend too. She had the right to be concerned about Rika-chan disappearing. If I told Rena then, even if only for a moment, I could drive away my horrifying fears. "Rena? Well, I can't exactly tell you why, but yes." Rena's tone was seriousness itself. Just from that tone, I could feel her saying, "No matter what you say, Keiichi-kun, I'll believe you." That subtle sense of security gave me the courage to reveal the truth. "I have a feeling that Rika-chan is in danger." "You mean like a premonition? Or do you have some reason to believe she's in danger?" I really didn't have time to go back and forth with Rena about this. Still, I think listening to her calm voice soothed my pointless impatience. I don't have much reason, but... Yet, I still hesitated. I had told Rika-chan that we had snuck into the ritual storehouse. The mayor, to whom Shion had confessed before that, had already disappeared. So, it was possible that Rika-chan also... I didn't know how to explain it to Rena. While I was tongue-tied, Rena spoke up. "Sorry for asking something so weird. I thought about it and it isn't like you need to be sure." Rena laughed a little, seeming a bit absent-minded. I wasn't exactly in the mood to laugh, so this time I was dumbfounded. Rena continued in a cheerful yet still purposeful voice. What is a purposeful voice? What does that sound like? "You're worried about a friend. I don't think you need a reason to go and check on them. Even if Rika-chan was asleep and you ended up waking her up, if that was why you did it, then none of us would get mad." "I'd get mad. Don't wake me up." "Rena, thank you." "Okay then, Keiichi-kun, just one thing. You called Rika-chan's house, right? Then you just couldn't get through, so that's why you asked me where her house is." "Yeah, that's right. I must have called her for over 10 minutes. Wait, didn't he just say 30 minutes before?" She could just be sleeping and not have noticed. Rika-chan's house is really small. She would definitely hear the phone ringing even if she was asleep. Satoko-chan is there too, so there's no way neither of them would notice. Huh? Satoko? You mean she's living with Rika-chan? Wait, why is all of this news to him? He's been going to the school for how long now? And whatever. Yeah, you didn't know? Well, we can talk about that later. Anyway, if you called that much and no one answered, then something's definitely wrong. Rena understood that the situation wasn't normal far faster than I could have ever imagined her to. Well, that's a bit rude. It made her seem dependable. However, the fact that Rena had acknowledged this also meant that the best case possibility of it all just being the result of my own needless fears went out the window. Whew, long sentence. "I'll go to Rika-chan's house right now. Will you come with me? I can show you the way." "Sounds good. Let's meet up at the same place as usual. I'll be waiting for you." "No, wait. I'll come get you at your house. You just wait there. And tell your family you're coming with me to Rika-chan's house, okay?" "Will that be okay? We might lose time if you come here. Did you call Mi-chan too? She's really dependable at times like these." "If you haven't, then I'll give her a call." My thoughts froze for a moment. Shion had just told me to be careful around Mion during our phone conversation a little while ago. Whoa. If the Sonozaki main house was somehow lurking behind the surface of the annual freak deaths, then the current heir to the family, Mion, wouldn't be uninvolved. Wouldn't be uninvolved, indeed. So, wouldn't that mean she wasn't uninvolved in what happened this year to Takano-san and Tomitake-san, and also the mayor's disappearance? Okay, bye. I'll be right over. Wait for me. That's all Rena said before hurriedly hanging up. Now wasn't the time to be doubting Mion. I needed to make sure Rika-chan was safe. I got changed and grabbed the key to my bike. I figured things would go more smoothly if we met up in the place we usually do before school. Rena wouldn't need to come all the way to my house. My parents would probably have objected if I told them I was leaving, so I creeped out without a word. Oh, that'll go well. The night was unusually warm and disagreeably humid. Oh, I feel that. Right now it is terrible here. So humid. Drowning in the heat. She said that Rika-chan and Satoko lived together, right? Nani? Then it wasn't only Rika-chan. Satoko wasn't there either. Oh no. Realizing what them living together really meant caused my thoughts to immediately take a turn for the worse. That can't be. She's got nothing to do with any of this. Even if there were a reason for Rika-chan to disappear, there shouldn't be one for Satoko. Keiichi-kun. Yes, I also wear that when I go out at midnight. Rena was really fast. She approached me on her bike at an amazing speed. Her breath was ragged, painting a clear picture of just how hurriedly she'd been going. Hey, Rena, let's get going. Keiichi-kun, I thought I told you to wait at your house. Rena's expression was all business. Was she mad? It came out of the blue and I faltered for a moment. Well, I just figured it would be faster to meet up here. Keiichi-kun, don't you get it? Oh no, Rena shouted, clearly angry. She angy. I'd never seen Rena like this before. Do I get it? What's the problem? Rena seemed to notice she was scaring me, took a couple of deep breaths, then continued, as if admonishing me, but her expression didn't soften at all. Keiichi-kun, lies, her expression softened just then. The whole village is in an uproar now that the elder disappeared, right? Yeah. Now you're telling me that Rika-chan and Satoko-chan aren't where they're supposed to be, right? Yeah. That about sums it up. Then you need to be more careful. Do you have any idea how dangerous it is to be standing out here alone in the middle of the night? I began to understand where Rena's anger was coming from. You told your family you'd be going to Rika-chan's house with me, didn't you? So that in the worst case scenario, if you and I were to disappear, people would know when and where we did. Rena was perfectly level-headed in this emergency situation. Ever since the night of Watanagashi, every night someone had died or disappeared. On the night itself, Takuno-san and Tomitake-san met strange ends. On the next night, the elder vanished. Now, on the next night after that, Rika-chan and Satoko were nowhere to be found. I hadn't been thinking of anyone but myself, but it wasn't enough to say that Hinamizawa was a little weird at the moment. It was, in fact, extremely strange. Rena had even anticipated our own disappearances and had told me to tell my family where I was going. I was embarrassed at my own carelessness, and the need to be embarrassed made me afraid of the night. What? Huh? Danny? Sorry, I didn't tell them yet. Okay, then let's go tell them together. With Rena beside me, I wheeled back towards my house. Oh gosh, her head turned into a moon. The moon seemed strangely high in the sky. A sky that was uselessly vast and cold. That is such a strange way to ever describe the sky, I'm sorry. Uselessly vast. What is that even supposed to mean? So that no matter what, it would never seem to me like a dream. This cruel fact had already confronted me. Huh? On such a crazy night, Rena had been unimaginably dependable. Hinamizawa's metamorphosis, enough to make Rena caution me against carelessness, was to me the most fearsome thing of all. I'm not gonna lie, that's a really rude statement. How little does he think of Rena? Excuse me? The moon seemed strangely high in the sky. We met up with Mion on the way, and she, of course, was unsure of whether to believe me about Rika-chan and Satoko's disappearance. Wait, we just went through all of that stuff about the Sonozaki family, and now they're like, you know what, nah, you can come along, even though you might be behind everything. It's cool. Kei-chan, are you serious? I'm going to get really mad if this is a joke. Mion was clearly displeased. I mean, I would be too, it's midnight. If this were a joke, it wasn't very funny. I understood how indiscreet my words were. Ever since the day before yesterday, someone had either died or vanished every night. We just said that. Rika-chan and Satoko disappearing after all that was something you just couldn't say, even in jest. Mi-chan, if it really is a joke, don't get mad. Smile. Huh? It would be a joke after all. Huh? Nani? What are these people saying? We need to go make sure whether it's a joke or not. You're right. Sorry for getting upset. However indiscreet a joke it may have been, if we learned that our friends were safe, it would end up as nothing more than a funny story. Having been warned about that by Rena, Mion gave a dry smile, and the tension she felt loosening a bit. Mion gave a dry smile. A dry smile. She mounted her bicycle as well. Our 3 bicycle lights flashed down the pitch-black roads. They were some of the only illumination outside. All right, we're going to end this episode here. Next week, presumably, we're going to find out what happened to Rika-chan and Satoko and whether they're just sleeping and really annoyed that somebody kept calling them for 30 minutes at midnight, or if they have also been spirited away. Come back next week to find out. I'll see you guys then. See ya.